This is my part of this room.
You don't have a part of this room. What are you talking about?
Man, listen. This little L shape. I wish other people could see this little section that I'm requesting. This tiny little desk part.
And then they can see the rest of the house that you have full control over.
Do I really have full control over it?
Yeah, you do.
Do I really?
There's a bed in the living room.
Oh, you don't want that there? We can take it out.
You see, I never put it back, right?
Oh, you don't want it there?
I really don't need it there.
Okay, so you don't want it there, but that's where you slept like 2 days ago? You literally woke up in that bed?
You slept there the day before that, or the day before that?
But you don't want it there. Because I just want to make sure we make this very clear. Because it seems like everyone enjoys the pamplemousse, okay?
Which is why I haven't said
anything. Are in there on it right now doing school.
They love it.
Yesterday, I don't know who was on it yesterday. The damn dog, probably.
Yeah,
the day before that, you stayed the night there on the pamplemousse.
Yeah, it was there.
The day before that, I stayed the night there. So I would have to say that everyone enjoys the pamplemousse. Oh, and before that, we've also had multiple friends stay the night on the pamplemousse. Your friend from Chicago stayed the night on the mousse. My friend that I've known since middle school slept on the mousse. I mean, your favorite interracial couple laid on the mousse. Well, one half of them. So
Jesus.
I love you. But, you know.
Lord, forgive her for her transgressions against your people.
I'm just saying. It's okay. If my friend had a mousse, if she had a mousse, I would lay on it. Why not? I don't care. But I'm just saying, you know how we can be about stuff like that. So it's kind of normal for her to have laid on it. But I'm just saying, all around, everyone enjoys this. But just to be clear, you don't want it there, so I can remove it. Because I want everyone else to know whose fault it is when it's gone.
There's not going to be everybody else. Nobody knows who we are.
There's going to be. Everyone, when it wasn't there, somebody, I know for a fact, somebody came in and was like, oh, where's the pamplemousse?
Yeah, because it had been there for like 2 months.
The point is,
it's kind of like having a wall.
People love it so much
and then
that
you walk
they wonder
in, it's like,
where it is when
what
it's
happened
gone.
to that wall? Oh, the wall came down.
No, this is not a wall, though. This is a fluffy bed of pillows in the middle of our living room that someone missed so much when they walked in and didn't see it there that they had to ask about it.
Because they were used to seeing it. That's really the only thing.
If you say so.
I do say so.
Yeah, they were used to seeing it and they wanted to lay on it.
Yeah, okay. Who asked that question then?
I can't name names.
Right, you can't name names.
Hello. I could name the name.
Give initials. What? You was a lie. You was a lie.
You don't remember that person? I'm just saying, there was a person. Actually, I just spoke to the person that asked where the moose went. So you should know who I'm referring to.
Mr. Clean?
Who the fuck is Mr. Clean?
That's going to be his alias when he...
Mr. Clean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a great one.
How come you can come up with Mr. Clean, but you can't come up with our name? Sorry, guys, we still don't have a name yet. I mean,
for the cast or for ourselves. I mean, I feel like you should just be because you don't mind being.
Wow. Don't just be busting my name out like that.
That's not your name. It's not your
people
full name.
already call me that, though, man. Okay, so you should just be. Let's do it. No one will ever know.
No one will ever know.
Get the fuck out of here. Nonsense.
Let's see.
Tomfoolery. Let's just call it tomfoolery.
You can be Niger and I can be Chirac.
What?
Terrible names.
Man, I need you to do better. Listen.
I told you, I'm probably just going to be Hood. Like Hoodie or Mr.
I'm not
Hood
talking about
something.
our personal names. I'm talking about this show.
Oh, the show?
What do we call ourselves?
I came up with Love and Guts and you didn't want it.
I don't want our name to be Love and Guts. Nothing about that's like thinking of people that are in love and then thinking about disgusting shit right behind it. I don't want to think about Love and Guts.
I mean, I don't want it to be just sappy nonsense like
Love, guts, and butt stuff.
I don't think you two would really be okay with that title.
Why?
Because it's butt stuff. Like loving guts
People
kind of
talk about butt
encompasses
stuff.
that. Yeah,
They
they
don't even know
do.
what butt stuff we talking about. We could be talking about medical butt stuff. Keep in mind, guys, we are not authorized to give any kind of medical advice.
Not doctors.
Not doctors.
Just
some regular
folks with mics.
motherfuckers with microphones. That's it. That's it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about loving guts. I feel like we could let our listeners determine our name.
So you just want to put some stuff out and then
I mean, I feel like we can make this an ongoing conversation.
have it be like a survey monkey, but with the listeners.
Yeah, kind of like that. I mean, they can comment underneath. I mean, they're going to get to, you guys are going to get to know us over these first few episodes, really over the entirety of the show, because you're just going to hear us talk about shit we feel like talking about. And sometimes we're going to have other people talk about it with us. And I think that our listeners are going to get to know who we are, and they will be the best judges of character to determine what our name should be.
I was going to go on character. We're fucked then.
I mean, don't go off character.
What do you want, child?
Listen, sometimes these kids interrupt us. Come in. Oh, I'm sorry. I locked these.
She locked them out. She locked them out.
Hi, dear. Hey, love. Hurry up. We're recording. We're going to have to get a sign. Y'all can't knock when we're recording. What you need?
Oh, I was going to ask, can we throw the ball?
Throw it where?
Outside.
Yeah, and maybe eventually we gotta get.
Yeah, we gotta finish what we're doing.
You gotta get done with school. So go back. That's your best. We'll
did
talk
you make
to
your
in a
corn
minute.
dogs?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
well, then you're
Well,
already
you
on
got
the
stuff to
struggle
work
bus.
on then.
I don't want corn dogs.
Well, I mean, I guess you don't want to
You want a
eat.
kale salad?
You can have that.
So that's your options.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a corn dog sandwich with kale.
Man, that sounds like a struggle. All right.
All these personal problems.
I know.
We love you. I mean, you know.
Oh, God. Okay. Back to it anyways.
What were we talking about?
I think we were just talking about how our listeners could choose our name for
Oh,
us.
and you said something about like moral compasses or something. It's like, oh, fuck.
Not moral compass. I said they can be the best judge of character. I mean, they can
yes.
determine based upon what they hear from us, what they know, what we find funny, what we don't. I don't know. Whatever they've heard, and come up with a good idea, a couple good names, and then we'll select from those. And then who knows? Maybe the lucky listener will get to be on the show with us.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
Maybe. I thought about that a long time ago before I actually ever started anything. I was like, oh, I could do like call-in shit. That'll be cool. People will definitely want to do that once they hear a few of these casts, hear a few of these little shows. They'll want to talk to me over the waves. What? You got problems?
I was just stuttering.
You got beef?
It got severe just then. I
didn't
hone it in, man.
It wasn't a stutter.
What was it?
It was comedic intention.
Oh, you do that on purpose.
Yes, I do it on purpose.
I be thinking your brain is stuck. It's the truth.
Nothing.
All this time, I just thought your brain was stuck.
There's nothing wrong if you have a stutter, but I don't do that. I don't do it unintentionally. It's not something that I can't control.
Well, that's good to know.
It's good to know. You thought I just couldn't formulate thoughts sometimes?
Yeah, so why do you do that? Am I the only person that thinks it's unintentional? I can't be the only
maybe,
one.
but it's supposed to be natural. It's supposed to be like a natural feeling joke. Because I don't speak like that most of the time. And so
no,
when
you don't. That's why I
it,
just thought it was like
I
a nervous thing or something.
No, but when I do it, I say do it again. It's supposed to stand out because it's so rare that it happens.
Okay.
Makes sense. I guess it makes sense now that I've explained it. But you know, the
tomato,
sad thing
tomato,
is that once you explain a joke, it's not funny. But I guess it turned out that it wasn't funny in the beginning.
Over there licking the couch.
Yeah, she's licking the couch. You know,
Get out.
They do that.
Jesus.
They lick things. I was on Twitter earlier, and I saw.
I don't like it. She's licking at me.
Yeah, I saw a video of a dog licking the carpet. And it was just like, why are you licking the carpet? Stop licking the carpet. And they just do that. They just lick stuff for no reason.
Yeah, she literally just jumped down when we told her to, and then came and licked my elbow. I mean, I know it's a little ashy. Maybe she just thought,
You know, thought it was
let me
some
help
powdered
you
sugar.
moisturize, because
you know?
you was lacking today.
She probably thought it was some flavor right there, you know.
Might have been flavorful. You know, I wonder what your elbow tastes like. You sit it on shit so much.
You should try and lick it.
I'm good on that. No, thank you. I do have a very long tongue, so I probably could actually lick it.
I
but-
don't believe you.
Listen, I have one friend that as long as we've known each other, she is the only person that really knows how long my tongue is.
Talking about the Asian shorty?
Who? No. No. She is the only person. And we used to be in college and she...
Talking about the lackluster Latina?
No. Where are you getting these names? It's neither of them.
Talking about
She doesn't have that anymore. I'm mad at you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sure she talks
Listen.
mad trash about me. I don't
Oh,
care.
yeah. 'Cause you ain't shit.
Yeah, and neither are
It's
either
fine.
you,
It's
so
fine.
it's fine.
It's fine.
It's all good. You both trash.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you said that. It's fine. She doesn't have that. She's totally healthy, totally happy, and I'm so proud of her.
Totally?
Okay?
Or more
Like,
so?
really, really, really healthy.
More than before?
Definitely healthier than us, lazy bums.
Okay, I'll give you that. I just
All
quit
I'm
smoking like a
saying
week
is-
ago, so, you know.
Yeah, you just quit smoking. Your lungs are still covered in tar.
Still recovering, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyways, Jesus, got me all off topic.
I miss smoking.
All I'm saying.
Like, I really do. Like, I
Where
really...
did that come from?
I mean, I miss smoking, man. I miss it. I always enjoyed it.
I was trying to explain how this one friend knew how long my tongue is, and you're all into this. Now you're moving into I miss smoking.
I mean, okay, she knows you have a long tongue. Because
But
you all
I'm
had
saying though, it was like an
some
inside.
lesbianic
No,
experiences.
nigga.
Yes, you
It
did.
was just
It's
an
fine.
inside joke. It was like
Yeah, the joke was you inside
we
of
would
her
be
vagina
sitting
with your long
there.
tongue.
We would be sitting there with a group of people. It could be 12 people, and I would just, I would just stick my tongue out real fast.
And no one would see it but her.
Only she would see it.
Only her.
That does sound kind of lesbian, but it wasn't.
Yeah, you
it
just
wasn't
stick
a
it out and it
lesbian
would go
thing.
in.
It
And
was
then
just.
it'd be one
It
time.
was just a funny thing
It's
because
just
she
one
knew
time a day,
how long
just-
my tongue was, and she would always be like, oh, "Did anybody else see that? Anybody else see this tongue?" And everybody would be like, "Dude, you're lying." And she would be like, "Stick out your tongue."
Didn't
And
have
then
to,
I would
had to
like
remove your
partially
name
do
just
that.
then.
I know. Damn. It's gonna be hard to just pull out a little piece of name on it.
I don't think so. I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult. I think I can isolate tracks and just remove like sections and replace it with blank air. So
Am I saying it right? Because you know.
Namyo Renge Kyo.
Say it. How does it go?
Namyo Renge Kyo. That's what I remember.
Namyo Renge Kyo. Am I saying it right?
I mean, it sounds like it, but it could be mistaken for
I don't know.
cultural
It was
appropriation.
your childhood, not mine.
It was a part of my childhood. It definitely was.
We just went to church like normal.
Chanting and Jesus and yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. And not getting raped
not getting raped. Not getting
with
raped
those thick thighs.
with them thick thighs.
Shouts out to grandma.
I remember first confession. Nothing seemed weird about that. Like it's funny thinking about. It's not funny. It's sad thinking about like all the touch little kids out there, especially little boys. But my Catholic experience was totally not molesty. It was just
A normal
it was
experience.
just a normal experience.
I
you
mean,
know,
I was raised Catholic, so you know.
like our father. I don't know what the pastor or
The
whatever.
priest.
Yeah, our priest. He wasn't
Here we
like gropey, at least not for me. Maybe I wasn't his type,
The
but I feel like I feel like if he was about
Maybe.
that life, at some point it would have come out by now. Because I was 20 years ago.
I definitely don't think every priest is a molester. Jesus.
Not everyone.
It was not even a huge percentage. It was a very small percentage, and I bet it was no different than any of. Listen, let's just face it. Catholics, there's not a lot of black Catholics, but there are a lot of black Baptist churches, missionary Baptists, Pentecostal. And you know how many times in like black families they say, hey, stay away from Uncle Jerry, like things like that. So I feel like if they really did a deep dive on historically black congregations, they would find no difference in percentage, or they might even find a higher one. I'm not saying that there's anything okay with what these priests were doing, but I think the microscope was only in one place when it should have been in several.
Yeah, I don't know if that would really fly too smooth and
Well, they
like,
say don't fly too close to
urban.
the sun.
I'm just saying I don't know if that whole touching boys would like work in like black urban environments. I don't know if that would work too smooth because
Who said it only had to be boys? It's only a problem if it was boys.
it's typically what happens. Typically these.
So you don't think any senior pastors have a level of influence and have affected or impacted any little girls or boys?
I'm not saying that it's only. I'm saying that the scandal was amongst priests in the Catholic Church. So I feel that most of these priests who were taken in by the Catholic Church and the Catholic Church knowing they were pedophiles and forgiving them, quote unquote, and then placing them in some place, they weren't placed in like African American communities. Probably one, because that wasn't their preference. Two, because that shit's not gonna
Why
fly.
it can't be nobody's preference?
I'm not saying we're not anyone's preference, but I'm
Okay.
saying that they're probably, those pedophile priests were probably not too interested in little black children. They were probably more interested in little white children because somewhere in their psyche, they believe that it's more pure to than a little.
That sounds awful.
It is awful. It's fucking
Maybe
terrible.
they just thought, little Joey was more likely to go for, hey, I got a hot dog in my pocket.
Yeah, them little black
Mr.
kids,
Johnson.
not like they ain't going. They're like, what you got in your pocket? Nah, bro.
That doesn't look like a hot dog.
I don't need no
want
hot
it.
dog. Like that's the same hot dog I got. It's just a little smaller.
This is totally
You missed the
wrong.
joke
I
there.
don't think we can. Oh, little solid. It's stupid. Oh gosh.
Good
See,
times.
This is what I mean by they're gonna judge our character.
I mean,
This is what's wrong
whatever.
with us. Okay.
Anyone who knows who I am expects all of this.
Oh God. Well, then I don't think I need people knowing who I really am.
That's why we need to have aliases.
Oh my God. I don't know if people expect this from me. I mean, I think they do. I feel like I talk to everybody the same. So
Yeah, but you're like a more PC person overall. Like you're like a
PC.
yeah, politically correct.
Hey, we're recording,
You're
man.
like a corporate person. Yes. What do you need? Open the door. Can you not open the door?
Corn dogs.
What?
We need help getting the corn dogs. It's underneath the ice.
Jesus, you
Okay.
can't pull out
I
the bag.
got it. I'll come help.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
This is not over.
it's not over, but for now we're gonna.
We've only
just do this.
just begun.
All right, we don't know what we were just talking about because it took a little longer to help these kids than we thought, and I also needed more do it fluid. So
More what?
do it fluid.
Oh God, you are so like 80 years old. Do it fluid. I'm done. Who did you get that from?
In the comments, if you know where do it fluid came from, go ahead and type that in because I didn't make it up. It definitely came from somewhere.
I believe that you didn't make it up, which is exactly why I asked, who did you get that from?
Pull it up, hit that shit. I played it for you once before, but
Oh, this is one of those ratchet songs you
yeah,
like to
it's
play.
one of them
me.
ratchet songs.
Listen, let's not even talk about the all overness that these song selections you choose to play me are. Like, you go from ratchet, like,
To classical, to
you
pop,
go
to
from
indie.
like 666 Mafia to like
Who says 666 anyway?
666. That's what
Mafia.
3 666.
Mafia.
666 Mafia, 36 Mafia, DJ Paul,
That's a
Juicy
pretty
J.
good hint as to where Dual Fluid came from.
Oh, well, you go from that selection one day to like Lorne.
Give you a
Some
hint.
like
Picanho
weird
Blanco.
instrumental, emotionally unstable music.
Damn, you gonna call me emotionally unstable? I'm the most stable
I'm just
emotional
telling
person
you
in this house.
the range in which you like. But somehow in that whole list, you always skip over the stuff I enjoy.
Okay, because it's your thing. You enjoy it. I listen to it when you have the reins and they're playing it.
Yeah.
Just like you don't choose to listen to the stuff that I play.
more often.
Like you don't choose to listen to the stuff that I play. You just listen to it when I play it.
Right.
Right. It's the same.
Right. Yeah, I would like almost never play what you play if it was by myself.
Right.
Like,
And
if I was just sitting around, I wouldn't be like, love to listen to some more today.
Right.
Now, hold on now. I will say 36 Mafia though. Yeah, I would totally play that by myself.
I've never recall in the time that we've been together, I don't recall you playing 3-6 once. You did play some random trash from like your childhood, some person who I'd never heard of.
The bar baby. You never heard that song?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I bet. For all y'all who ain't heard of me, it's Mr. M.O.E. The bar baby. Yeah, y'all look it up. He said he was a Southside living legend. A third wall. I don't know. We definitely listened to that. But yeah, I actually have listened to 3-6 Mafia because you feel like I sound extra whitewashed or something when I say 666 Mafia. But I definitely listen to 3-6 Mafia. I don't typically listen to it with you. Sometimes I would listen to that when I was like on my way to work and I wanted to be in like a ratchet mood. I would play like 3-6 Mafia.
What is a ratchet mood?
I would play 8 Ball of MJG. I would play the best of UGK. And that is when I really just was feeling myself in the ratchet sense.
But you choose to use the Beyonce reference to talk about ratchetness.
Beyonce reference? What
I'm
do you
feeling
mean?
myself.
Okay, see, I didn't even consider Beyonce when I said that. I mean, Beyonce said she was feeling herself because people just be feeling themselves, and I don't think she came up with that. It's just like a normal.
But she made the song, so.
She made a song and, put it out there. But before that, I'm pretty sure people said, like, I was feeling myself.
Yeah, she popularized it. No, people probably did say it, but they didn't say it nearly as much until after she made the song.
I definitely know that I did not even correlate Beyonce or that song to me saying it just now. But either way, just sometimes I get in the mood, and sometimes I want to listen to low-key, just weed smoker music, even if I'm not smoking. If I'm driving somewhere, it's usually when I'm driving somewhere that I want to listen to music.
Right.
Like, I like Smino, but he totally smokes a lot of weed. Like, I feel like he's blowed all
the
day.
time. All the time.
Long. But I like it, though. I like his music.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with enjoying somebody who likes to, engage in the cannabinoids to open their mind and relieve their stress and pain.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's shitty that cannabinoids are still largely illegal in the world, definitely in this great country of the United States of America, even though we're damn near the divided states.
Did you say this great country? But I thought that they were trying to make America great again.
America was technically never not great. It was just it's just been more racist at times.
Our president
is
said that they needed to make America great again, which would mean that America was not great.
Our president knows how to pander to people who are of lower intelligence. And
you trying to make us not have no white people on this show.
Why it gotta be white people?
Because they're the ones that voted for him.
You the one that's trying to make us not have white people.
They're the ones that voted for him. I don't know not a single black person.
Okay, so let's rephrase that.
I voted for Donald Trump.
Our president knows how to pander to his demographic, and his demographic tends to be either of really high income
Mhm.
because he's about that income, or a certain class of people that are typically
The same class
a
of people
specific
that
race.
are white supremacists.
Okay, well, I mean,
That's true.
not all.
I mean, most supremacists are voters of Donald Trump.
Right, not all racists. No, not all Trump supporters are racist, but
No,
not
definitely not.
okay. Not all Trump supporters are racist, but all racists are Trump supporters. So
Yes,
yeah,
that's it.
it's 100%. Like not all racists support.
But then at this point, like you may not have, when you voted for him, you may not have realized the racial impact that was Donald Trump. But so I feel like now, if you're still voting for Donald Trump, you're definitely racist too. That's just my opinion. You're either racist or you're extremely rich. And since I mostly know non-extremely rich people, I don't know.
So the supporters of Trump that support Trump, they may not be actively racist, but they're racist by indifference.
That's what I
mean.
mean.
A lot of cases, like they don't like have swastikas or hoods or go to fucking Klan rallies, but they're also not people who are actively engaged in social discord or aware or even care about the state of things. They just look at the world and say, "Oh, everything's good." You know, the blacks have driver's licenses and can vote and shit, so it's fine. Like it doesn't matter that they get murdered by police all the time. And then they'll say, "Oh, well, look at the stats. White people get killed by police too." Like, yeah, but not the same way that we do. It's not the same thing. I don't know. I really don't know shit. I'm just a guy that's talking, you know. What?
I don't know.
I don't like to come off as like a know-it-all, so I trail off and discredit myself. So it's not like take this shit as fact, because it's not fact. It's just my opinion. I think
it's obvious that what we're saying is not fact.
Nothing's obvious to the internet.
I mean, most of what we are talking about here is our opinions, and when it comes to your opinion, you do know your opinion.
Yeah, you know your opinion.
So why would you discredit that? Your opinion is valuable.
No, it's not.
It's
Opinions
valuable
aren't
to somebody if they're listening.
Okay, that's fine.
It's valuable to someone,
and that's a problem I feel that we have as a society, that we overvalue our opinions to the point that certain people's opinions become what's known as fact, but it's not fact. It's just one powerful person's opinion. So
what?
Powerful person's opinion.
Okay.
Did I say that too quickly?
Yeah, I didn't hear. Yeah, it was. It sounded like Papa opinion. But then you adjusted that, but then you also belched extremely loud and obnoxiously, and I thought we addressed it. I thought we were going to try not to do that in this mic, you nasty beast.
Well, I am not ever going to commit to that, so...
Like that, you do your burping when you got a dude on the other side of the counter here. Y'all can belch together. I feel like that's what y'all do anyway, is like belch in a room together and sniff each other's belly buttons.
The fuck are you talking about?
That's what I feel like men do.
Oh,
I feel like y'all like be like, let's have fun man time. And y'all go into like basements and you drink beer and you like poke your own belly buttons and like sniff them, see what they smell like, and be like, look, dude, smell it. And then the other guy does it. I just distinctly remember in college a guy being like, smell her belly button.
The fuck?
This guy was like, have you ever dug deep into your belly button?
What was the racial breakdown of your college?
It was all three black people sitting there at that time.
All three?
Not all. Not all three.
You said it. You said all three.
Like there were only three black people in the college, but all three, as in every person that was sitting there were black people. And this guy was like, you want to know, how you know if a chick is clean or not? You got to smell her belly button, but you got to get in there good. He was like, go all the way to the back. And then the other guy was like, what? And he was like, yeah, do it to yourself. See how it smells. And then he did it. I watched him physically go in his belly button, get down in there and then sniff it and be like, oh, God, that was not what I expected to smell. So then from that point on, I was like, so niggas just sit around sniffing belly buttons.
So the question I asked you was, What is the racial breakdown of your college?
My college was probably like, my college was actually very diverse. It was a private school and it was a very small school. It was only like, at the time I went to school there was like 1,200, somewhere between 12 to 1,400 students on campus. I would say out of those students, probably 30% were African American.
It's higher than I thought.
Maybe 30. Honestly, yeah, I would say about 30%.
I imagined like 10.
I would say 60% were Caucasian, and maybe the remaining 10% were other, like unknown or
Asian
mixed
or Latina.
You know, we had
Indian,
some foreign exchange students, stuff like that, but most of them were like white.
Pakistani. Why did I say Pakistani like that? I'm
They
terrible.
were just European white people. Like, they were cool though.
Yeah, they probably were.
Man, we used to get drunk a lot.
I love people from everywhere. Everyone has awesomeness to share and shadiness to share. Yeah, I went to a predominantly black university. I'm talking like 90%, and then it was.
You went to a historically black college.
Yeah, they didn't need to know that, but that's true. Point is that it was 90%, and then, like 10% other, and that was maybe like 2 Asians, some Indian folks,
Orientals,
some Caucasians.
So racist.
Yeah, you're racist. Some Caucasians, and I don't think we really had any Latinos. Shout out to Latinos. You should look at HBCUs, maybe some scholarships for you.
Definitely.
Point is that I've never, ever smelled belly buttons with other motherfuckers ever in my life. Never done that. Maybe something I would do with my lady. That'd be you. But not just sitting around with random people. Like, I don't need to know what your belly button smells like. I don't care. I don't care if you know what it smells like. It doesn't affect my life in any way. Like, I know that sometimes mine gets a little funky, but I've realized that in the last, like, 7 years of my life or so. And been getting in there.
Good.
I get in there good. When I'm washing myself, get a whole finger, make sure it's sudsy. Go clockwise, counterclockwise.
Finger your belly button.
In and out, in and out, in and out. Like
it sounds really like a fingering.
Yeah, sometimes it's a fingering,
Yeah.
But gets that
full
motherfucker
fingering
clean.
for that belly button.
Gets that motherfucker clean. That's all I'm saying.
I believe it.
So it sounded real not African American. That's what you were saying. That's all I'm saying.
But all I'm saying is there was a decent percentage. The diversity was there, and I witnessed 2 grown ass men choosing to sniff their belly buttons so that they can compare, so that they can explain or give an example of what you need to do to your lady to smell her belly button to know how clean she is.
Let me ask you this. Did they smell each other's belly button, or was it just their own?
No. They sniffed their own belly buttons and then laughed about it when there was like recoil, like oh god, and the other guy was like oh, and pointing and shit. Like it was like that. It was funny. But it definitely immediately made me think this is what men do a lot, don't they? They just sit around sniffing each other's belly buttons. And as time has gone on, I'm like, guys fart and belch a lot, and I find it disgusting. And so I'm just like, y'all sniff each other's belly buttons, you fart and belch, you share beers, and you have a great time doing it.
Share beers? Not really, but it happens
I don't
sometimes.
mean physically share the bottle. Damn, follow.
I mean, I'm following, but you're saying shit that don't make sense.
You have beers together.
Okay, that's a different thing.
Jesus Christ.
It's a different thing entirely. Well, I'm under the impression, and always will be, that all women are basically lesbians.
Well, you feel that way because you dated a lesbian.
Dated several lesbians, but that doesn't
I'm
matter.
not one of them, guys.
Okay, whatever you say.
I'm not saying I'm not curious. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, see?
I'm not one, and I'm not curious.
See, she is curious.
No, I'm really
she's
not
lying
curious.
to you.
If I was curious, I would have done that a long time ago.
Get at her at.
I stupid. No, I'm good on that.
So she thinks. She ain't met the right one yet.
I mean, you really seem enthused about this, as if you would like for that to be the case.
It's fun.
It's fun?
Yeah, it's a fun idea to have.
Oh.
I don't think you'd ever do it. You're too traditional in all your traditions.
I don't know if the listeners just heard that pause. That's me having personal
Doubts.
frustration about this conversation. Like, that's me trying to decide, do we really want to go here on this microphone?
I mean,
Because I'm like 2 seconds from snapping on you. But it's okay.
it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay.
It's fine. We'll be all right.
Definitely all right.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's not a lesbo. She likes
Thank you for cleaning it up there.
the shaft and what's before the shaft.
I mean, you do know that non-lesbians like tongues too.
Yeah.
A lot of tongues.
Yeah. You do love the cunnilingus.
You make it sound like such a ugh. You make you do love that cunnilingus. You make it sound like a science experiment
Everything
that
is an
nobody
experiment.
wants to do. That's what it sounds like right
Everyone
now. Ugh.
and everything is an experiment. The question is did you collect the data? The answer is usually no. No one collects data. They just do shit. See shit and participate in shit and then are no better or worse for it. Such a sad state. No one learns anything anymore. People just do.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with that. It sounds depressing.
change the
I think
subject.
your whole mood just brought this. Well, I think we're at the end of Cajun Sparkle for today.
Cajun
I don't
Sparkle.
know
That
what
shit's
the hell
gotta
just
change.
happened.
Cajun Sparkle is a terrible name. I mean, it's fine,
I
but
think
I
it's
don't want to
great.
get fucking copyrighted. So
Copyrighted off of what? A freaking seasoning package that nobody knew Popeyes had? No one
So
knew
what
that.
you're
I don't
saying
even
is
know
that
if
it's
the
like
freaking
free
workers
advertisement?
know that they have this.
I've never heard of it before.
I
before
have
that day.
never, ever heard of this.
I do like Popeyes a lot. I hate their
feel
service.
Like they made this shit up.
but
Where did this? You know, we've already visited
She
this.
pulled that shit from another dimension just for that. Just for that moment.
We've already visited this. I'm just saying that no one has ever heard of this shit.
There was a movie once with like pocket dimensions. It was like an assassin or some shit, and she just like had her weapons like in this pocket dimension, and she would just reach in and pull them out, and she would have all these fucking guns. It was super cool. It wasn't a well like scripted movie.
Is this one of those like Japanese movies you like?
I don't think so. I think it was like American, but it wasn't mainstream because it wasn't well scripted. Like the concept was great, but the execution, actually the concept and the execution was good, but the scripting wasn't great, and so it didn't like attract any mainstream actors.
Okay.
So because there were no mainstream actors, it didn't get mainstream like publicity or advertisement, so people weren't really like into it. Like I feel like it had like maybe 2 weeks of TV adverts before the movie actually aired, like in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And then because it was nobody mainstream in it, like people
What's the
weren't.
name of the movie?
I don't remember. That's what I'm trying.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get somebody to like.
Maybe someone can tell you.
Yeah, maybe somebody can tell me what the name of this movie is.
I don't know. You watch weird shit.
I do watch weird shit. I'm
I
a weirdo.
mean, oh guys, you know what? You know, Netflix is really out here taking over the game. I don't even know if we can say Netflix. I feel like we can because we
can
don't
absolutely
own.
say Netflix.
We don't own or copyright or blah blah blah. Netflix owns Netflix and the shit that they show. Whatever.
Yeah, we can absolutely talk about it.
But I just want to mention that we watch some weird shit on Netflix.
Yeah, it's like saying I have Verizon. Like you,
Why are you telling people you got Verizon? Now they're gonna look you up at Verizon.
they don't fucking know I
One
got
time,
Verizon.
okay, so I used to work there.
I got Walmart.
I used to
fucking-
work there. Ha ha, Verizon, you can't say shit to me now.
They don't even know
'cause
who you
can't
are.
fire me now for talking about
Clown
you.
ass clowns.
But I used to work for Verizon, and I remember when Barack Obama was running for president.
Ooh,
Yeah,
racism.
his second term. No, it wasn't racism. I'm just saying a bunch of people got fired because Barack Obama had Verizon, and they were pulling him up, trying to physically pull him up on our like systems, just by searching his name and stuff.
Can't
and
do that.
they got fired for
Yeah,
it.
because you can't search people who
Hell
aren't
no,
actually
especially
there.
not the president, because he was the current president running for his second term. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So especially not the president. He wasn't some low-key senator then. You're trying to pull up the president of the United States.
I mean, it doesn't matter who they are. You can't pull up somebody's account without them being there. Or
You definitely can't, but you definitely
can't pull up the president.
pull
Like,
up the
that's not
president.
okay.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, you're just violating the terms. Like, you're abusing your power.
I mean, because I've definitely seen people pull up, like, people did some ratchet stuff in Verizon. People used to, like, catch their, significant others cheating by pulling up their accounts.
Yeah, their phone records.
And look at their phone records. So people could do that and get away with that on the slide because nobody would really know.
Yeah.
Because nobody's paying attention to Joe Smo from Indiana.
But folks pay attention to Barack Obama.
Yeah, they definitely paying attention to Barack Obama. So, yeah, I remember when that happened. Oh,
Folks used to try and get me to put, hey, man, if I give you, like, let's say $20, you look up my girl's account? Nah, bruh, I ain't doing that. Come on, man. I just need to know some things. Nah, bruh, I ain't doing that. $22. Nigga, get out my face.
$22? You're just going to go up $2?
$2.
Wow, I'm going to lose my whole career.
Whole
over your $22?
career,
I
whole
think I'm
job,
done.
whole stability over $2 so you can catch your girl cheating or not. I mean, if she cheating on you, she probably deserved to because you coming to me for $22 on some fuck shit. Get out my face.
Yeah.
Hope she is cheating on you.
Wow. I mean, I honestly feel
Getting
like
spit
if you're
roasted,
at the
3
point
people.
where you're walking into a Verizon store, Sprint store, T-Mobile, what are all the options out there? Cellular, wireless,
So, fucking, I don't know.
Boost Mobile.
Boost Mobile.
If you're walking Cricket, if you're
Metro,
walking into
PCS,
any of these
Cricket.
places,
I haven't seen a Cricket store in like a
if
year.
you are walking into any of these places and asking them to give you phone records because you want to find out if your significant other is cheating, let me help you out. They are. Because at the end of the day, the fact that you walked into a store and asked for information that you know they can't give you to determine for yourself, you're just asking to see the proof because you already knew it on the inside.
You're already giving them too much credit though, saying that they know that they can't give it.
Even if
they don't know shit. These people ain't.
Even if you don't know that they can't give this information, the fact that you had to go into a store to ask for this information should have told you then you're already done. If you are done, if you're leaving your significant other, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, if you're thinking of leaving them because you possibly think that they are cheating, and you get to the point that you walk into a place to find out, nigga, you're done already. You should be done.
In a lot of cases, though, people, like, they feed on drama. Like, relationships aren't what you and I would consider healthy because people need toxicity. They need back and forth.
Some drama-filled motherfuckers.
Yeah, they need back and forth debating and not, like, a healthy, quote-unquote, relationship. Their idea of what makes them happy is toxicity. Like, where was you today? I was at work, the same place I've been for the last 4 days because it's Friday. I left at 8. I come back at 6 because I work a 9 to 5 and it's like 20 minutes away. And I was at work. You know I was at work. Nah, nigga, you was cheating. You was cheating. What's the bitch name? Let me see your phone. Let me smell your dick. All this crazy shit. But that's how people.
Has it happened to you before?
No, I don't tolerate that shit. But that's how relationships go sometimes. It's like a bunch of toxicity. People can't exist in like normalcy. I don't know which one of those words is real, but I'm gonna use both of them.
I don't know which one of those words is real.
I don't know which one's real, but you get the point. Like people
Yeah,
can't
I get
exist in that. They need,
some people can't.
They need drama. Like, yeah, some people can. Like, some people can, some people do. But the world is full of all kinds of people and all kinds of needs and wants and shit. Mm-hmm. And that's what some people, like, live on. Like, some people live on the fact that, they don't know if their significant other is cheating all the time or never. Like, not trusting somebody. Like, they need that in order to continue with that, or else they get bored and they just move on and they start causing problems.
Well, I know people that are like, let me search your phone, let me let me stiff your dick, that type of stuff. But some people definitely tolerate it because that's what that person needs. And especially if a person has broken your trust and you're trying to gain it back.
That's different.
I think that it is, I mean, I'm not saying that this is healthy or normal, but I think if a person has broken the trust in a relationship and they want to earn that trust back, then you are willing to accept a lot more in terms of your treatment for the other person's needs.
Yeah, for their psychological well-being, quote unquote.
Exactly, for them to get to a point.
But that's
where
something that they brought on
again.
themselves, and that's what I'm saying. Like, some people need the toxicity because if they didn't, they wouldn't have broken the trust, quote unquote, in the first place. They never would have gotten to that point that would be acceptable to them. Like, that's not something that I do. I don't break trust. It's never worth it to do that. Because I'm not, like, no matter what, no matter if I fucked up in the past and now I'm trying to prove to you that I am the person that I appeared to be in the first place and made a mistake or whatever the fucking situation is, I'm not going to tolerate my, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not solidarity. It's my sovereignty as a human. Because this is what you feel like you need. Even if I fucked up in the past, it's like, okay, I fucked up, but I'm still, I had this moment or whatever, but I'm still the person who I am. So no, you can't.
But once you made that choice, once you had a moment that was against who you were,
it was against
and who that person knew you to be.
Correct.
Then for you to believe that that person will still say, well, he still is who he is very, it's a difficult thing. That's why you just shouldn't do shit you ain't supposed to do, right?
Right, which is why I don't do things that are against the agreements that I've made.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, that's just how it goes. Because I'm not going to tolerate that, no matter the circumstance. It's just not.
Tolerate being treated as a less trustworthy person.
However you want to phrase it, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna deal with that. Like, it's not about what you're saying or what you're feeling because of anything that's happened or anything that you think is happening. It's about what I'm saying. Like, no one's perfect. So if some fuck shit happens, it won't, just so you know, because this is us talking. But if some fuck shit were to happen,
I know the listeners heard my
yeah, they heard that shit.
Okay, nigga.
Yeah, okay.
Let's hear it.
If some fuck shit happened, like, I'm not gonna ever be okay with, let me see your phone. Like, let me smell your dick. Where have you been? What have you been doing? You wouldn't show me your phone? Probably not. I'm not okay with that shit.
I know married people that currently look through each other's phones, and it's not like I'm looking because
that's bullshit. That is what it is.
I think it's I'm just using your phone, but then
why are you looking through it? If you're using it, then use it.
But if you run across, if you open up if you take a picture, and you take this picture,
nope, that's bullshit.
If you say, "Let me use your phone, take a picture," and you take the picture,
that's bullshit.
And the album pulls up, and all of a sudden you see images. Because you went back to look at the picture, right? So you see images.
Look at this one picture. You can count. It's bullshit. No matter what.
I'm telling you what could possibly happen. Okay. The listeners know what I mean.
No, they
like,
don't. They know it's
let's
bullshit.
say you unlock your phone and you open up the camera app, right? At that point, it gives you access to everything. And let's just say that you take a picture of anything. You ask to use this person's phone to take a picture of anything. And then you want to go back to that picture, but you don't click the little square in the bottom. You go to the album so you can see that one picture. Maybe you just went the old-fashioned route before they had the preview button and you could just see it easily. And you go that way. And then in the last 5 pictures, you see screenshots of, like, ass and titties. Then, yeah, nigga, you got questions from there. I'm just saying, like, people got questions.
Right.
And at that point, that gives that person full right to either ask about this or
already
to keep
violated
looking.
The trust of you.
What
looking
if it
at
was an
this
unintentional violation is what I'm saying. What I'm describing is an unintentional violation.
Okay, that's not, it doesn't exist to me. It doesn't exist in my world.
How?
That's bullshit. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, oh, okay, we have the same type of phone and I give you the phone to take a picture and then you look at the picture.
So you've never looked at my screen on my message previews? You've never seen a message preview on my phone?
I've
I have
been
message previews because I don't give a fuck.
I've been notified, like the shit has gone off, and because there was a sound, I looked, and then it was like, oh, that's her. That's just a message, and
The
I
news.
looked away,
Most of the time.
or whatever it is. Like it's just if it's the news, I'll read it because it's the news. But if it's a
Mhm.
message, I look away because it's like, no, that's not my business. It's your phone.
Okay. I just recall a time where you definitely read a message out loud to me.
I probably
I'm just
did it like
saying
once.
that sometimes there are unintentional things that
is true,
suggest
but I was
something
bullshitting when I did that.
cause a person to look further.
Look.
And if you are a person, I'm not talking about us now. I'm talking about like general, like, I'm talking about other people.
I get that you're not talking about
So
us.
I'm just saying sometimes unintentional things occur that cause suspicion. And when that suspicion occurs, sometimes based upon the level of commitment in a relationship, that person feels that it then gives them the right to look further into that. And that's what they do. That's what they do.
That's
lot of
not a healthy
people,
relationship.
I don't think it's healthy.
It's not a healthy relationship.
I feel
Point
like
blank.
as soon as you see something that gives you suspicion or gives you pause, you bring it to the attention of the other party. And that then gives them the opportunity to, speak on that or don't. Now, if they choose not to speak on that, then do what the fuck you do. Because I feel like you're bringing it to their attention in a normal way. Like, hey, I saw this. And that person could respond. But if they choose not to respond, like, bitch, that's my business, then
That's
you
a
got bigger
response,
concerns. You got bigger concerns at that point.
I mean, yeah, you do have concerns at that point that are probably bigger than they would have been.
Yeah.
Prior to that moment. And that the bitch that's my business person, whether it be the male or the female, because that's some shit either party can say. That's not a healthy response.
What if that's our podcast name?
Bitch that's my business.
That's my business. I love it. Okay, I'm sorry. Look,
That's a
I'm
good
constantly thinking
I
of
like
our.
that. I kind of like that name.
I'm constantly
Mine is
thinking of our.
I feel like it should just be "That's My Business" is the podcast name. Like mine is the.
We can
I
put
gotta
bitch
pause it real
with a
quick
sh
though.
in it.
Yeah, man. Like "That's My Business" is not a bad name for a podcast. Like even the business or something like that. Something with business. I like the something with business. How do you feel?
I feel like I like bitch. That's my business. That's why I said it. But I think we can keep that under consideration. Like,
yeah, definitely consideration.
Again, we're gonna leave this up to the listeners.
We did talk about that. I don't know how true that is because
I'm all for it. I'm all for that shit.
the internet is not the smartest place in the world, but
I'm all for it because I think that the collective mind is way more powerful than the individual ones. And so I am all for anybody that chooses to listen to us. Thank you for listening. I am really excited to hear what their ideas are as far as a name for our. Who knows? They might come back and be like, "Bitch, that's my business." Was the shit.
excited? I don't know. Interested?
I'm
Definitely.
excited.
Definitely interested.
When I am interested in something, I'm excited. I don't know about everybody else, but if you've got my interest, you've got my excitement.
Those are not linear for me.
They are for me.
They are not linear.
I want to be excited because I want to know. But maybe that's the optimistic side of myself. Because if you're interested, then an optimistic person would be excited because you would assume that whatever you're going to gain from this interest is worth it, right? So optimism, excitement, interest, all tied in together.
I love how you have
You're
the
a pessimist.
logic and ability to sway the masses without.
I'm not trying to sway the masses.
I know you're not trying. That's why I said I love it because it's not an effort. It's just what you do. Like the way you justify your thoughts has impacts that can't be denied.
I'm not trying to justify my thoughts. Oh my God. These are just my thoughts.
I'm not
trying to be a winner. I'm just a
winner.
I'm a
Fucking
nigga.
clown.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Now you're an arrogant clown. I got you.
I don't even know the rest of that. Money on my mind. I can't never get it.
All right, that's enough of that shit. We
I
don't
don't
want to
even
get
think that's the right word.
It's close enough to get copyright struck. So
Close enough. I mean, isn't it copyright struck when I don't have no instrumental background? It's just me saying the words. Is that illegal?
nah, it might be.
I
Yeah, it
haven't
might be.
specified what it is I'm talking. Listen, I think you need to, as our producer and stuff, I think you need to read up on these laws because I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about. So I hope we don't get struck.
I mean, I guess I'm just gotta edit some shit out pretty heavily. My thing is
but I don't want you
that
to have to edit my speech.
once if we get to the point where we have a following and whatnot, and we getting money, I'm just gonna send you to law school, and then you gonna know what the fuck's going on.
Oh, you gonna send me to law school?
That's been your.
You
It's been one of your
stay
goals
trying to
since the
send
beginning.
Me to school. Let's not tell the listeners about that.
That's another
yet,
day because we're almost at time. The point is that
quit trying to send a bitch to school.
the point is
Give me the
that
money.
you. No, I'm not gonna just give you the money. What the fuck?
You know
Like,
what? I do have a question.
what is your
Hold on.
question?
Here's my question. Listen, this is the hard truths. This is reality. We got real estate school, didn't finish it, didn't follow through with it. Shit happens, life happens, disinterest, lack of excitement, whatever you want to call it. That happens, okay? So, but at the time when the real estate school thing came up, right? After I, addressed my lack of interest with it, you gave me an option. And you said, you can have what's in this box, or you can proceed with real estate school. I kid you not. You guys, this was a year ago, over a year ago, right?
It was roughly a year ago.
Every day since that day, I have questioned what the fuck was in that box. I need to know. Like, I need to know what I turned down. We're past the real estate school thing unless we choose to pick it back up in a different format. So we're past that. It's done. I want to know what I gave up to not even finish what I gave it up for. So I need to know. What is it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the point is that you get to.
You're not gonna tell me.
I'm gonna tell you. Shut up, though.
Okay. I'm ready.
The point was that you get to do what I asked you to do, which would further our future. Like if we had done that, we would have done it together. We would have had that under our belts. We would have had that ability to just go and sell real estate, like, for us.
Dude, I'm still not against it.
But we don't have the certification now.
I'm not against it, but I did not appreciate the.
You didn't
format in
appreciate
which
the
it was
online
being
portion.
delivered.
I get that.
I cannot do that anymore.
Right. I understand that now.
I did get my.
I understand
MBA
that
online,
now.
people.
Right.
We are talking to listeners.
Okay. We're talking to each other and they're hearing us.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that we didn't move forward with that is not great.
Yeah, I know.
It's really not, but it is what it is. I understand that it wasn't your ideal way of learning. I understand that I was putting pressure on you to help me stay motivated so that we could do it together. So we both had our shortcomings with this project. It was a project you didn't want to do in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So I acknowledge the responsibility for that because it wasn't something you were interested in, especially how it was presented to you. But since you want to know what the other option was,
You know what? I don't want to know anymore. I changed my mind because I don't want to be sad. I feel like it was something really good. Not saying that real estate school is not really good. Can I finish my words and my
Okay, yeah,
thoughts?
finish it.
I am not saying that real estate school was not something really good. I think it was an amazing opportunity to invest in us and to invest in our future. I feel like the timing was off in terms of the fact that I was gifted this on Mother's Day.
Timing was off. I'm not good at gift giving.
I feel like the timing was off. I feel like I was already under stress in other places. So adding school to the list was just not one of those things I wanted to do. I also knew personally I had resolved to never do online school again. So to be offered an online school gift as a gift when I thought I was just going to get something I want was also not, certain things just didn't align at the timing of that gift. And I knew from the moment I got it how difficult it would be for it to capture my attention enough to want to complete it. And I tried. I gave my effort. I was doing it while I was working. I was really trying, but it was not I really think it all just boiled down to the format. If you had told me, hey, I paid for real estate school, it's a month-long process, we got to go to class like 3 days out the week, and we got to do the test at the end of the month, I'd be like, cool, let's do it. But the way that it was set up, it was like you got a whole year to complete this. You have to do it in your own time. I wasn't even really absorbing the information that I was gaining from, getting in the first couple things. It was like so many things that weren't beyond your control in terms of the format of the school. But aside from that, I just felt like the other gift that was in this shiny silver box with a bow. I remember the box, y'all.
What do you think that gift was?
I don't know. I felt like it might have been a piece of jewelry because the box was like long. It looked like one of those like, oh, this is a diamond bracelet box, or this is like, it had the shape of something that would go on my wrist. So
Correct.
When I saw the box, I was like, shit, this could be really good. But this is how much I love this man. As much as I knew I didn't want the gift he was proposing to me. And as much as I knew what I wanted to know what was inside that fucking silver box, I was like, you know what? I don't want it. My whole inside was cringing. I wanted it. I wanted what was in that box. I still wanted.
She tried to say, "I need both."
Yeah.
She said, "Why can't I just have both? Like, give me both. I want both." It was like because both is not what's in my budget right now.
Truthfully,
I'm a regular ass guy.
In my mind, though, like somewhere, probably in the inner depths, I didn't think this at the time, but now listening to it back, when I was saying that, I guarantee you, I would have probably finished school if he had given me both.
And I totally believe that. I thought about it before you said it. I was like, if I had given her the other gift,
because I would have felt tied to it now, right?
Yeah, it would have been like, do this because you have this.
Yeah, I've given you this. You got what you wanted. Now do this for me.
Because I need this.
I'm not saying that relationships should function on this way. I'm not saying we got it right. We broke the code. We cracked the code. I'm not saying none of that.
Edward would say different.
All I'm saying, what did you say?
It's a nerd joke. You wouldn't get it.
All I'm saying is, when I think about it in hindsight, I know who I am. And I'm like, if he had given me what was in that silver box and it wasn't like an ultimatum kind of thing, I probably would have proceeded and we might have gotten through it.
But that's a part of learning each other. Like, I know that now. Yeah. Like, but I
at that time,
at that time I didn't know that. Honestly,
I didn't either.
Like, I wouldn't. I know that even without you telling me, I feel like if you had gotten both, then you would have done real estate school, and I would have finished the two because we would have been in it together the way I wanted it to happen in the first place. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what the silver box was. It's too late.
I don't think I'm gonna know. I'm sorry. Listen, the more I think about it, because look, it might be something you want to try and gift again later. So I don't want to know.
But it's not gonna.
It might be a useful.
It's not gonna matter.
Listen, he's not the greatest at giving.
I'm terrible at giving.
He's gotten so much better though.
I try.
You have gotten.
I put effort into everything, but I'm not good at like interpersonal relationships. Interpersonal relationships, like being intimate and close with people, is not what I do. It's not who I am.
He just made it sound like I was his buddy, didn't he?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I did not.
You definitely made it.
I love this fucking clown with the entirety of myself. If so, I wouldn't. If not, I wouldn't have been here. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We're having this podcast. The point is that we learn each other a little bit better each second that we exist together.
Yeah, it's true.
And so at that time, the fact that it was a little bit over a year ago, I didn't have the information. I didn't have the knowledge that I have now about who this person is. And she didn't know as well as she knows now who I am. Like, I didn't know that it was going to be as big of an issue for her to do this, because I had like ultimate faith. Like, okay, if I get these real estate classes, her and I will be able to knock this out in 3 months, 4 months. And then in 6 months, we'll be well on our way to having our own brokerage for real estate, on our way. Like getting clients, developing relationships, things like that, because that's who you are. Like you have that uncanny ability, and I do too, in business situations. It's like people don't necessarily want to deal with me up front.
Aww,
they don't. It's a fact. People don't. No, they don't. Yeah, people don't necessarily want to deal with me up front when it comes to getting hired for a job, when it comes to doing a job, when it comes to servicing customers. I'm not personable.
Remember that time we went to that?
Hold on. Please hold that. I'm not personable. But once you actually communicate with me, you understand, like, okay, he may be on the spectrum, but he's fantastic at what he does. He is wonderful at what he like. He knows
self-diagnosing now.
He knows everything
on the
about
spectrum.
what I need him for. And if he doesn't, I believe that he will have the information that I need the next time we communicate. Be that in an hour or in 2 days or a week. And so that's why I know that we will work. But it didn't work out that way because I didn't know who you were as well as I do now. And you didn't know who I was as well as I do now. I'm still going to tell you what it was. It was an Apple Watch.
I don't want to. Oh my God. Why would you say? I'm speaking in the blah, blah.
It was the newest Apple Watch.
Oh, you had to throw in the newest part?
At the time, it was the newest Apple Watch. It was a small rose gold one. They have 2 sizes.
What color was the band?
It was whatever band comes with it. I don't know.
Black or navy blue? Was it the
Probably
navy
black.
blue?
Probably black and rose
Why
gold.
would you tell me that? Listen, to this day, I don't have an Apple Watch.
To this day.
I would love one. I would have cried. I don't know if I would have cried. It's so materialistic. But I have wanted one, but I just can't bring myself to spend that kind of money on
And I couldn't
on a
justify.
device that just duplicates what's on my phone.
Right. And I couldn't justify doing that when the other option was investing in us. When the other option was providing something for us both to benefit from, that we would benefit from together forever, basically.
I get it. Just know that, like most women, I love the idea of a man, or if you're not in a relationship with a man, whoever your significant other is, wanting
We'll call it male-female energy.
wanting to invest in your partner, and which invest in you as a whole, bruh.
Sorry.
Like, we can hear that.
Yeah, I know. I realized it on the third one.
Over here playing with switchblades and shit. Like, what the fuck? All right. Like, y'all just ting, ting. Like, we hear this. Anyways, I love the idea of a couple, one part or both parts, whatever, investing into each other so that you can build essentially an empire, grow together, learn together, love together, and become wealthy, successful people together. But women...
But you're still a woman.
Women or others, I don't think it's just a woman thing, because, bruh, you like getting gifts too.
I
think
appreciate getting
people
gifts.
want things that they want sometimes. You spend so much time dealing with the things you need, the things you have to have, the things you need to progress and move forward, and all these things. I spend a lot of my energy in that, and so do you. So when a holiday comes along that's supposed to be a holiday about relaxing because of the energy you expense in things that you have to do, like Mother's Day, then you just hope that what you get in a box, if it comes in a box, is a nice gift that you would want. That's it.
The gift you accepted did not come in a box.
The gift I accepted didn't come in a box. It didn't come wrapped nicely. It wasn't even presented nicely.
You did it because you love me and you understood that I was trying to do what was best for us.
That's it. That's what I did. And, we flubbed it up.
We flubbed it all the way up.
Flubbed it up. But it's okay.
But if you're ever willing to do it.
Because guess what we're not flubbing up? This podcast.
Anyway, if you're ever willing to do it again, then I'm with you. I'm willing to pay for it again.
The watch?
No. That doesn't. That doesn't do anything for us.
Okay. I actually think the watch would make me really healthy, because I did say that the Apple Watch would just duplicate what was on my phone. It does do that. However, it also does things for health monitoring, things like that your phone doesn't do.
If you use it for that, yeah.
I want to. I want to use it for that.
Okay.
I want to use it for stuff.
For stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff
Plus,
and
it
things.
makes me look like official.
Oh, so
I
you're.
guess.
I
I don't really know
guess.
if it
I
makes
don't think
people
it
look
does.
official.
It
It
just
really
looks
looks
like
kinda
you spend
quirky.
money on fucking
On Apple
technology.
Watches.
Like, it doesn't mean anything that you have an Apple Watch. Like, I
really
remember when I used to think to myself, like, oh, they got an iPhone, they must be prestigious or some shit. Prestigious.
Or take it even further back. Oh, they have a BlackBerry.
Oh, they got a
You're a
BlackBerry.
businessman.
You're a person that's about that life.
You are serious.
And then it went from BlackBerry to iPhone to Apple Watch.
Please.
No.
God.
To Apple Watch, and then it's like, so you got an Apple Watch. That means you're about that. But it doesn't mean you're about that. It just means that you spent money on an Apple Watch. You might only fucking work at a gas station and you saved up rent money for 3 months and bought an Apple Watch. Not knocking you if you do that, but that wasn't the right decision. Anyway, that's the end of today's cast. We're just
nobody wants to hear this burping anymore. And clearly, you're gassy.
You're trying to turn the audience against me.
I'm not trying. They love me already. Everybody loves me.
They tolerate me
inevitable.
Already, and I'm accepting the tolerance.
I'm not turning them against you. I just want they know what I know.
You're gonna have to deal with me burping because I don't actually care.
Minimize it? Can you just hold off and or can you release?
You've been asking me that for 3.5 years, and the answer is no, because I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
I can't stand these belches.
At work, I just mute my fucking phone.
So mute the damn mic then.
Because that's a different button, and they can hear that. When I'm on my work phone, it's just a little button in my hand already. It's muted, and then...
Okay,
anyway,
you know
bye, guys.
Yeah.
It was great.